Hey guys, David here. Welcome to Digital Outlook, where you're gonna find the best community in all of crypto. In today's video, regulation, adoption, explosion. So guys, without further ado, why don't we get to it? Now guys, if you have been watching my channel for any time at all, then you know that it is my personal belief that once we get true regulatory clarity in this space, we are going to see the floodgates open when it comes to institutional adoption. And when that happens, guys, this ecosystem, this entire distributed ledger technology space is going to absolutely explode. And it has been a major topic. In fact, not too long ago, regulatory clarity on a global basis for this entire digital asset space was on the table of the G20. And at the end of those sessions, they literally came out and they said this is one of their absolute paramount things that they need to get resolved in the next little bit. Well, guys, something big time has been happening in this space, and I want you to see, just take a look at this article right here. Breaking: Ripple CEO set to meet U.S. Congress over crypto bills. Guys, this is absolutely massive. We are watching Ripple send a big-time contingent to Washington to do what, guys? To sit down with these legislators, these legislative bodies, and talk about crypto regulation on a major scale. Now, just listen to this. Over 2 months after grabbing a landmark win in the lawsuit filed by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, a full-fledged team of top-tier Ripple executives led by Chief Executive Officer Brad Garlinghouse is visiting Washington, D.C. to meet U.S. Congress members over the proposed crypto bills. On July 13th, 2023, U.S. Judge Annalisa Torres reopened the gates for Ripple's business in the United States with her summary judgment, ruling that the company did not violate U.S. securities law with the sale of XRP on crypto exchanges. Currently, the U.S. SEC is awaiting approval to appeal the ruling. Hey, they're not even appealing whether XRP is a security or not. They've given up on that. Remember when they were saying, hey, the very token is a security? Well, they backed away from that. Now it's all the programmatic sales. And so it's kind of like, hey, we want to have jurisdiction over wherever it's sold. It's kind of like when the Howie case, well, no. The oranges aren't going to be securities, but wherever oranges are sold in the United States, we want to have authority over that. That's basically what they're saying, which would have required literally every grocery store and convenience store that sold oranges to register with the SEC. That's the kind of nonsense that's going on here. However, a jury trial in the case could likely begin in the second quarter of 2024 because, hey, I don't think, and a lot of other people don't think, that Judge Annalisa Torres is going to give them the go-ahead, or that the Second Circuit is going to give the SEC the go-ahead with their interlocutory appeal. That means that, hey, this appeal could drag out for literally years. And guys, when that's going on, what happens to this space? You guessed it. XRP still holds that distinction of being declared the only digital asset in this entire digital asset space with legal clarity issued to it by a federal judge in federal court. Now, in the context of Ripple gaining a partial victory in the SEC lawsuit, CEO Garlinghouse to meet with members of Congress to discuss the proposed crypto bills. The company's chief legal officer, Stuart Alderati, and Vice President, Global Head of Public Policy, Rob Grant, are among those visiting D.C. The Ripple CEO emphasized on the need for direct deliberations with the lawmakers in the cause for gaining regulatory clarity. Guys, this is truly massive. We are going to see it in the United States. Regulatory clarity is coming, guys. We're already seeing it in the United Arab Emirates. We're already seeing it in Japan, already seeing it in Singapore. We're already seeing it in the UK, in Australia, in Canada, around the whole wide world. And look, the G20, like I said earlier, they're getting together and they're coming out with regulatory clarity. So it makes absolutely perfect sense that if the United States really wants to be out there playing ball with all the rest of the countries, which of course we know they do, they're going to get ahead of this game, and regulatory clarity is coming. But for these CEOs, these executives, including Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, to be sitting down with these guys that are the ones voting on the legislation, what's coming down the pike, don't underestimate it. It is big. Now, can't get regulatory clarity without actually engaging with the elected officials who are proposing the bills, he said. Now, following the summary judgment, the U.S. House Republicans have revised the Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act, CoinGate reported in July of 2023. Another important bill, the Clarity for Payment Stablecoins Act of 2023, is yet to gain enough support from the members of the U.S. Congress. The Ripple's team's trip to D.C. marks a welcome development for the crypto ecosystem, as it could reignite the company's interest in the key economy. For context, prior to the summary judgment, the company's officials were barely engaged in U.S.-based clients and partners due to the ongoing SEC lawsuit. In a radical shift, the judge's ruling paved the way for re-engaging with players in the U.S. ecosystem. And guys, think about this. They're not just out there advocating for Ripple and for XRP. No, guys, they're out there advocating for the entirety of this digital asset space. And I'm telling you what, we need to get more CEOs and executives out there and lobbying these legislators so that we could literally get regulatory clarity that is something that is going to benefit this entire space instead of suffocate all kinds of innovation. Now, guys, just take a look at this article right here. Industry expert states why the SEC may never take Ripple and its executives to trial. Now, just take a look at this. Serious allegations, and we have been hearing this big time in the last week, haven't we? Surrounding the United States Securities and Exchange Commission and Ethereum have cast doubt on the agency's intention to take Ripple and its executives to trial. Industry experts speculate that the SEC might avoid trial altogether to prevent the exposure of its questionable past dealings. Guys, there is absolutely zero doubt. We all know where there's smoke, there's usually some fire. And I'll tell you, some of the dealings that we have seen with respect to high-level executive positions in the SEC literally stinks to the high heavens. And we have watched some really amazing things go on. Now, Steven Neroff, a prominent figure within the crypto community and an early Ethereum advisor, recently made accusations that have sent shockwaves through the industry. Neroff's claims have sparked widespread speculation about the potential impact of further revelations, shedding new light on a divisive issue. And listen to this little tweet right here. Former SEC chair was Joe Grunfest, who has integrity which seems to be out of fashion. As to the number, I now realize one can't tell the true number of ETH ICO buyers, as it was explained by some, how whales could disguise their large positions during the ICO, violation of terms of service. Now, Yassin Mubarak, founder of Dizer Capital, among other industry figures, believes that the SEC, in an attempt to shield its hidden secrets, may choose to forego taking Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, and Chris Larsen to trial. Mubarak's assertion underlies the growing belief that the agency is wary of the potential consequences that further scrutiny might bring. And you absolutely believe it. They just have to literally put some of these people on the stand and under oath and literally get Hinman up there, Jay Clayton up there, Steven Neroff up there, and all these people. I'm telling you, the house of cards would literally collapse. So we're going to see what's going to go down. file this under the SEC will never take at Ripple, at Garlinghouse, at Chris Larson to trial. Ripple executives, here we go, could simply call Steven Nereroff to the stand and expose the skeletons in the SEC closet. How could these executives be expected to know back in 2013 to 18 that XRP was a security when you literally have, you know, Gary Gensler sitting there before the House Financial Services Committee, and he can't even tell them what is literally a security and what is not. It's absolutely obscene. Now, listen to this. At the center of these allegations lies the SEC's historical involvement with Ethereum, particularly during the initial coin offering phase. Nereroff has hinted at possible corruption within the SEC, along with challenges in accurately identifying Ethereum ICO buyers and even personal persecution, bringing the credibility of the agency into question. Of particular concern is the integrity of the current SEC leadership. Well, no doubt. I mean, we're literally seeing, this is just, I mean, if these people, if they literally, you could see the strings coming off of their shoulders and you see the little hands up here pulling the strings. It is absolutely ridiculous. You can practically watch. It's like looking behind the curtain of the Wizard of Oz and watching all these guys pulling the levers. It's truly obscene. These comparisons raise doubt about whether the agency still adhere to the high standards that it had previously advocated. Well, I'll tell you one thing. They're not out there to protect you and I, the little guy, like they say they are. Oh, we're there to protect, you know, the small-time investor out there, the retail investor out there, and all this and that. Guys, it's absolute hogwash. When you look at what the SEC is doing, who are really benefiting from that protection? Well, it's these big-time players out there on Wall Street. That's who it seems to be. Now, Nereroff also raised compelling points regarding the difficulty in determining the number of investors who participated in the Ethereum ICO. This revelation fuels speculation that certain large-scale investors, usually called whales, may be concealing their actual positions. Well, we know they are. I mean, literally, you have got executives from the Ethereum mafia practically out there saying, hey, look, oh, well, you can do it this way, and you can have all these disguised whales, and they can go out and they can do this and they can do that, and on and on and on. It's literally out there in the public forum, so we know that it happened. Moreover, allegations have emerged suggesting that Ethereum may have violated the terms of service during the ICO phase. If proven true, the ramifications of these violations could have significant consequences for the project's credibility and legal standing. Nereroff's allegations go a step further, suggesting that Ethereum might have been aware of specific entities amassing substantial amounts of ETH, hinting at a concentration of ETH holdings among a limited few. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, if that's the case, then you can't call Ethereum a decentralized platform, can you? And we know darn well that that is exactly what went down. Such a scenario directly challenges the core principles of, there it is, decentralization that underpin cryptocurrencies. Without shedding light on these allegations, Nereroff has also claimed to be a personal target of the SEC in collaboration with the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Intriguingly, the charges against him were ultimately dropped based on government documents. Nereroff's recent accusations against the SEC and Ethereum, albeit vague, have initiated a heated debate within the community. When pressed for clarification, Nereroff's lawyer emphasized that the necessary facts would emerge later. Given the potential revelation of further secrets surrounding the SEC's relationship with Ethereum, many industry players believe that the agency may avoid pushing for a trial in the ongoing lawsuit against Ripple. Guys, this is a big deal. And I'll tell you what, you almost want to grab your popcorn, just sit on the couch and watch this thing unfold. It's going to be somehow just quite amazing. Now, something else that I think is absolutely vitally important for us to address in this space is this whole JP Morgan's new token. And guys, look at the title. Can JP Morgan's new token compete with XRP? Now, JP Morgan is reportedly developing a new blockchain-powered deposit token that could compete with XRP and other tokens. Now, let's just take a read down here. JP Morgan Chase & Company, one of the most well-established financial institutions in the world, is reportedly developing a new blockchain-powered deposit token for cross-border transactions and settlements. Bloomberg first reported the exploration on August the 8th. With this move, the banking giant aims to accelerate cross-border settlement processes. The new deposit token will target enterprise clients at the beginning. JP Morgan previously introduced the JPM coin as a solution for instantaneous transactions between bank customers. The deposit token, on the other hand, has similar functionality as a stablecoin and central bank digital currency designed to transfer funds among banks externally for encrypted assets. Now, guys, you have got all kinds of people out there latching onto this and creating a whirlwind of fun, you can be sure. But I want you to think about something. Never, not ever fear competition. Guys, competition is the lifeblood of a free market and the absolute cure for complacency. Why? Because you want to make sure that you are innovating and being up to speed and being the sharpest one out there and the first of the pack to literally take your wedge into that marketplace. Why? Because, guys, that is how free markets work. Don't look for, oh my goodness, and get all panicked because XRP does not have a monopoly. No way would I ever in my life want to see a situation in the wide world where any ecosystem had a monopoly hold on everything. Guys, that would be an absolute disaster. But having competition, people bring this out. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Do you realize how much value in the global money supply is out there? There are definitely in this space going to be winners and losers, to be sure. And most of these tokens, out of the multiple thousands and thousands and thousands of ecosystems, this distributed ledger technology space, I would say 99+% of them are going to go the way of the dodo. And you are going to be left with a small handful that are literally going to be able to build the foundational infrastructure for a new digital economy that is going to see some amazing invention and innovation in this world. And Ripple is definitely, with XRP, going to be one of those ones up there. Now, can JP Morgan absolutely pull it off? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But I'll tell you what, competition is not something to fear. Don't let that shake you out of something you know to be true and you are literally seeing in the future. You're literally seeing it in the wide world. The fundamental use cases. Ask yourself other industries. Look at the automotive industry. Hey, you had some major, massive different car and auto manufacturers when it was all taken off, didn't you? And it narrowed down till it literally got to just a few out there. And there was enough market share to keep them all robust with amazing profit potential for all of them. Guys, don't kid yourself. We are going to have an amazing run in this ecosystem, to be sure. And I'm telling you, competition is going to be one of those things that is going to spur us on to absolute greatness. Don't discount it. Get out there, research it for yourself. Don't let somebody fud you out with all kinds of little newses like this and that kind of stuff. You know what you hold. Research it, get to know it so well. Judy and I'm telling you what, we got our ticket and we are ready to take that ride. So guys, something that Judy and I are so grateful for is that before that last bull run absolutely took off, we had our plan in place. And what our coaching program offers, that is where you and I can meet personally, one-on-one for 1 hour over Zoom. And during that time, I share with you our personal journey in that last bull run and what enabled Judy and I to experience some amazing financial success. I share with you the mistakes we made so that you don't have to fall into the same pitfalls we did. We take a look at your portfolio and make sure that it's balanced towards your goals, and we work together to develop your exit strategy. We can even get your assets off an exchange and onto a hardware wallet, along with delivering to you some amazing techniques that are really going to help you in this space. Now, the cost of that is $250 and if that's something that interests you, you write me right there at coaching@thedigitaloutlook.com and we'll get you all booked in. So guys, this is the video I have for you today, and as always, I truly hope that you enjoyed it. Now, many of you know I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice, but if you found value in it, if you'd hit that like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And hey, don't forget to put your comments right down there in the comment section and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our regularly released videos. So, in the meantime, and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, and I'll catch you in the next one.